Permits will be required for many specific operations. Be sure you have the correct permit and have met all of the permit actions prior to doing the work. Most of these actions will be part of your pre-planning operation. To ensure that it is done properly and safely, they will be checked.
For the hot work, we need to have fire protection, including a proper fire extinguisher and a fire watch. And when done, we need to make sure that the gas tanks are separated and stored properly.
And don't forget confined space, excavations, lockout, tagout. They're all going to require a competent person to plan the work and make sure the permits are in place.
A confined space is any space with limited or restricted entry or exit and is not designed for continuous human occupancy. Never enter a confined space without an approved plan and proper supervision. All hot work must be properly planned, permitted, and conducted. Proof of proper training must also be available. Prior to doing any demolition, be sure to review it with your supervisor and that all precautions have been taken. Excavations must be properly protected as described on the permit and never left, even momentarily, in an unguarded state. Be sure that a competent person has made the evaluation as to the type of protection against collapse and that there is proper access and egress. All hazardous materials brought onto the site must be properly labeled and in approved containers. MSDS sheets must be available upon request, and every worker must take the precautions described.
For gasoline and other flammable liquids, these must be properly labeled and stored in approved containers.
Only metal gas cans with flash arresters are allowed, and there should always be fire extinguishers nearby.
And while we're on gas cans, tell them to fill the gas equipment outside of the building in an area with safe ventilation, and not to run the gasoline engines in the building. This will avoid the buildup of harmful vapors.
Job boxes are a great tool on the job site, but you need to remember not to store any hazardous or combustible material inside them, things like compressed gas or gasoline cans.